Welcome back to another episode by The Bench of Science. For today's episode, we'll be discussing ornithine. So, what is ornithine? Ornithine is a non essential and non proteogenic amino acid, meaning your body can produce its own, and you do not really need to ingest it in your regular diet. Of course, it's necessary if you want to have a balanced diet, but you're not going to die without it. Ornithine is mostly associated with L-citrulline and arginine, which is not entirely incorrect, but also does not give the full picture as to what it's capable of. So, a lot of people often associate it with those two compounds because of the nitric oxide benefits. Ornithine, in its original form, when ingested, actually assists in the body's urea cycle, which is a liver dependent process. So, how does it work? Essentially, ornithine is a carrier molecule. It takes the ammonia throughout your body, flowing through your blood, and transports it to the liver where it gets broken down into urine. This is really helpful for reducing the overall ammonia content in your blood or throughout your body. And this allows for better endurance and a delay, as well as a decrease in overall fatigue. Ornithine is then broken down into L-arginine. It's broken down into polyamines, which are multiple amino acids stuck together, as well as proline, which is basically a bunch of proteins that are mostly made up of collagen. It assists in further processes related to detoxifying the liver, as well as cell growth and collagen synthesis. Let's discuss the benefits. And for a quick disclaimer, I am going to look down at my notes because there are actually quite a few details to get through. So, we start off by mentioning the fact that it assists with processes related to detoxifying the liver and removing the ammonia from your body and transporting it to the liver where it gets converted into urea. Yeah. So it helps with liver health. It reduces overall ammonia buildup in your body. So by reducing the amount of ammonia in your body, you're better able to mitigate the amount of fatigue that you're going to feel, as well as increasing your ability to recover overall. So you're less likely to reach points where you've wrecked your body completely, as well as you being able to recover faster since everything is flowing more efficiently and you have more nutrients or micronutrients designated towards the different tasks in your body related to its next benefit, tissue health and wound healing. So, for those of you that don't know, ornithine and arginine have been and are commonly used for assistance in wound healing as well as burns and stuff like that. It also supports the elasticity because of the collagen that it contains. So overall, with its metabolites, it's able to support skin elasticity, wound healing, and regeneration, I should say. Tissue regeneration. Finally, since you're assisting your body to heal more efficiently, you're decreasing the amount of physical stress that you're gonna have to go through every day. You indirectly improve your sleep quality as well. In terms of dosages, 2 to 6 grams is recommended. Not a lot of studies have been done to check the long-term effects. So as much as it should be harmless, right now I can't fully say that you should be using this long term, but rather use it with a strategy or a plan. Warnings. So as stated previously, above 10 grams, typically people get stuff like nausea, they feel sick, etc. So you don't really want to surpass 10 grams. There's no benefits that are listed above 10 grams. The typical range is 2 to 6 anyways. Next up, you do want to consider that when you're taking multiple supplements, like any other supplements I mentioned before, supplements I've not mentioned here, there's always the risk of you messing up the ratio of what is naturally found in your body. So if you do want to consider the idea of taking various supplements, test them out one at a time and try not to use them to replace your overall health. It should be there to support what is weaker or what is holding you back. optimizing more or less. Just a quick note I want to put in there. Finally, when it comes to ornithine, since it's not really that common of a supplement for people to purchase, and L-citrulline has been seen to be more favored, it can be difficult to find a good quality supplement or one that hasn't been contaminated. So always make sure you go to a reputable source. My final thoughts. Ornithine is something that I definitely think that people could consider supplementing with, but not specifically for its nitric oxide benefits. As stated earlier, L-citrulline is way better for that, even L-citrulline malate, and there's less chances of you reaching that threshold where you get sick and feel nauseous, etc. Instead, ornithine is something that I'd recommend for anybody that's actually trying to detox or assist their liver with different issues that you might be struggling with, as well as anybody that knows they're training or getting ready for competition and you're going to be pushing your body harder than you have before, or you're going to be going further distances, more time, more training frequency, etc. If you're looking at it from that perspective, then it definitely might be worth your time for short term use. As stated, the recommended dosage is between 2 to 4 grams. So if you stick in that range and you only use it for like a couple weeks, maybe 2 3 months max, then you should more or less be fine. And research has been conducted to determine whether it's effective to use arginine alongside ornithine, and positive results were seen. However, when swapped out with L-citrulline instead of L-arginine, not too sure what to expect from that. Sorry, had to remember the different names there. Overall, ornithine is really not underrated, but not spoken about enough, if I could say that. You know, people that know, those that don't. And hopefully, this episode today has informed you and added on to the pool of knowledge that you have. Aside from that, there's not much else I have to say, and I'll see you again for next week's episode. Peace out. Almost forgot. Please like and subscribe if you like today's episode. Now you can go.